I would be lying if I said I think the Bills are going to win the game. I'd be lying if I said I thought this game was even going to be super close. I don't think it's going to be.
It's that football show here on KC Sports Network. Tucker Franklin hanging out with Matt Verderame for a spooky Halloween edition of that football show. I didn't dress up and neither did Matt. I just thought about it being Halloween. That's okay because our friends at Holiday Distillery will take you no matter how you are. They will meet you right where you're at Holiday Distillery and Ben Holiday Bottled and Bond Bourbon. Make sure to have plenty on hand as the Chiefs take on the Bills. 325 CBS standalone game, the only game that CBS will be broadcasting in the 325 window. Fox will also try to broadcast games at the 325 window. Do not watch them. They're bad. We'll talk about those in a little bit. They are not great matchups. You'll be watching.
God. No, they are. No, they are not. That's like domestic terrorism, those games. Oh, my God. Jack, the Raiders, Saints, Rams. Tyler Shough, though, getting the start. So that's exciting.
Officially official on that from fucking Ian tweeting that out. I hit an F-bomb 1 minute into the podcast because I thought about Tyler Shough and Ian Rappaport, and that's what did it.
I love the presser that Tyler Shough. And like, there's nothing else I can say, but like, he was asked about the Rams. He's like, yep, they got a good front. They're going to present a good challenge. I was like, bro, they're going to be like the Monstars compared to what you've played in your life. Like you're like 29 years old as a rookie coming out of like 4 different colleges.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to present a challenge as you're trying to dump it off to like Rashid Shaheed for the 80th time. Yes, it is going to be a challenge. The good news is you won't have to deal with any crowd noise because it's SoFi Stadium. That's
true. He doesn't. There's no way that he could call protections, right? Who's their center? Is it Cesar Ruiz or is he a guard now?
I think it's from Weezer because isn't McCoy out for the year or something inside?
That's right. Yeah.
So like,
it's probably Cesar Ruiz now.
Didn't think we'd be looking up at the Saints depth chart here.
Man, who would have thought?
But you know what?
Into the pod.
That's what we do. Luke Fortner.
Don't even know who that is. So he probably Tyler Shough's probably.
I felt bad about myself though. I looked it up and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, Ruiz is a guard. In my head, I'm like, I think he's a guard. McCoy's the center.
Yeah. Ruiz. I remember Ruiz came out as a center because that year in 2020 out of Michigan, that's who I wanted them to draft, and they drafted Clyde, and they could have drafted Jonathan Taylor.
I always let the Creed Humphrey, so that's a win.
True. I mean, I think ultimately they're okay in that
it worked out.
But Tyler Shough out of Oregon, Texas Tech, and Louisville, he graduated college, Matt. Graduated high school. Excuse me. Sorry. Graduated high school in 2017.
And he's making his NFL debut in 2025.
Yes.
Awesome. So Tyler Shough, this might be the last year he can play just due to age restriction. But yeah, in any event, there's an actual football game being played up in Buffalo.
Yes.
Western New York, where CBS will be on hand, by the way, with the NFL Today show. I'm pretty sure, and somebody could check me on this, or who else could check me? But I'm pretty sure, you just have to trust me. I'm pretty sure that last year when they played this game, that was the first time the NFL Today traveled on location to a game.
That sounds right, yeah.
They're going to do it again this year. And then it killed me. Like, they did the promo of it last weekend. They're going to be in Buffalo for Buffalo, Kansas City. And then 2 weeks after that, going to be in Denver. And I was like, I sense a theme. And it's not Buffalo. And then I'm going to go ahead and guess the following week, it's going to be, Indy and Kansas City. I feel like Kansas City at this point, just CBS just traveling around just with the entire set.
It's their cash cow.
You know it's really when they're all in, when they go to Tennessee for Chiefs Titans in week 16.
Oh, that's in Tennessee?
Yeah. You know what a home game that's going to be? That place is going to be Arrowhead.
Yeah. A Nashville game? You're going to tell Chiefs fans they can go to Nashville and watch a football game?
When the Titans are like 2-13, bro, that is going to be like that is going to literally be Arrowhead Stadium. Just to the southeast.
Have you covered a game in that stadium?
I have not. No.
I went to that stadium, ironically, well, I guess it's not ironic. I watched a football game in it for the Music City Bowl that Missouri was in.
Okay.
And that's the only game I've been to in that stadium. I understand why they're building a new stadium.
Not a beauty, huh?
No, house that Eddie George built though. Tennessee, he was Tennessee State's head coach, and that's what he used to coach there. I think he's at Bowling Green now. So shout out to Eddie George.
Eddie George back in the day, but
Dog.
Man ran hard. No, listen, I mean, the Chiefs have some hilarious road games up ahead where it's like they're just going to sell out the building for themselves. The Raiders, the Titans.
Yep.
Those are the last 2 road games of the year. It's going to feel like a massive homestand. It's just traveling. It's like a barnstorming tour.
It is actually hilarious that their Week 18 game is against the Raiders because, like, the Raiders are already going to be resting starters no matter the situation. But, like, so if the Chiefs need, like, they got to win this game for this to happen, it's like, all right, we're against the Raiders. Nice. That's good.
Legitimately a game that will be 35-3 at halftime.
Yeah.
Because the Raiders are going to be like, awesome, let's get this over with and go to Boca Raton. I'm good.
Right.
No, look, it is funny that you got Chiefs Bills, NFL Today's there, bye week. Chiefs Broncos, NFL Today's there. I'm not trying to break any news here. They're probably going to be at Chiefs Colts. I'm willing to make that bet.
Right.
And then after that, the Chiefs are the CBS Thanksgiving Day game down in Dallas. So we're going to see a whole lot of CBS, or the top team. Nance and Romo are going to be like flying on the team charter here. About a month from now. Yeah. So that's look, it's an interesting game coming up. Obviously, it's a game that is at this point feels like a divisional rivalry.
Right.
The Chiefs are a 1.5 point favorite in most books. I've seen 2. I saw 2.5 at one point. They went back down to 1.5. I don't know the last time the Bills were underdogs at home, but it has to be
interesting.
At least in the regular season, because they were actually underdogs in the playoff game against the Ravens last year.
Oh yeah,
but in the regular season, I'm not sure. But this is, when you're a favored team on the road against a team that's 5-2 and like an established team, that's because you're playing pretty fucking well.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chiefs are certainly doing that. So I went back and I was looking at the last 4 wins that the Chiefs have. So obviously every win they've had this season except for the Giants game. And in those games, the first team offense, strip out garbage time, and nothing matters, strip out when they're kneeling on the ball, like when they're actually actively trying to do something.
Yeah.
In those 4 games, they have had 27 first team offensive possessions. They have punted once. The Chiefs' first team offense in their last 4 wins, 1 punt in their last 27 real drives. Now, they've had a couple interceptions in there, obviously.
Sure.
They've punted once in 27 drives. And if you want to include the Jacksonville game, they've had 36 possessions in their last 6 games. They've punted 5 times.
Wow.
That Jacksonville game is like a disgrace because they punted 4 times and only scored 28 points. And that's where they have been an absolute machine offensively in these games. They've averaged 417 yards a game over that stretch, which is insane. Like that's that would easily be the number 1 rank in the NFL. And like Dave, I'll give you the floor, but lately I'll pull up the exact numbers. In the red zone, they've been
just insane,
unbelievable. Like they just score a touchdown every time they get the ball. They've been absolutely unbelievable with it. So look, the Bills are going to face a very clicking on all cylinders Chiefs team.
I think it's important to kind of bring up the injury report on this too, because for both teams, there's some guys that are nicked up. Obviously, Ed Oliver, we talked about that. I think on the last show, it was already said that he's got a bicep injury. He won't be playing in this one. Josh Simmons for the Chiefs, unlikely to play in this one, as well as he hasn't practiced on Wednesday or Thursday. Isaiah Pacheco hasn't practiced on Wednesday or Thursday either. It was reported he had a sprained MCL. I think we talked about that on our last show. I can't remember. But I think that report was out there at the time. You don't expect it. I think he said week to week is what Tom Pelissero said for them. So you don't anticipate a guy who just got a sprained MCL to play in this game. And other injuries, look, Trey Smith has been limited in both days as well with the back injury. I mean, you said it on the pod. Like, he seemed like he was pretty all right when he was hanging out in the locker room after the game. Everything seemed like it was good, but obviously blocking grown-ass men is very different than, like, giving your buddy some...
I was just say yes, it is a bit different.
Around.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a big difference between those things, but we'll see how that shakes out. I know a lot of people are worried about like him being limited, but there's a large range. When we talk about injury reports, there's a large range in limited, right? Limited could be you played one snap at practice and then bounced, right, or it could be you played every single snap except one and bounced. So there's a lot there with limited. Limited, it leaves a lot up to the imagination. Him at least practicing is something. Like, I think that is a positive sign. We'll see. Now, when you guys are probably listening to this, I don't think the practice report will be out because it'll be a fast Friday for them. But we'll see if he's full on Friday. That'll be great. Everything like that too. But on the Bills side of things, look, Matt Prater pop up on the injury report with a calf injury. He's been limited, but like, that's certainly something to monitor. It's not. He's had a pretty good return to Buffalo. He's been pretty solid for them, which you'll take. Ray Davis went from DNP to full participant with a illness. So did Hollywood Brown, also for the Chiefs. Daquan Jones, this is a big one here with a calf injury. Their defensive tackle, after we mentioned Ed Oliver being out, Daquan Jones is going to be another piece of that interior that you're going to need to pay attention to. Did not practice both Wednesday and Thursday with a calf injury. That's a big one for them. And Shaq Thompson was limited to DNP from Wednesday to Thursday as well. Shaq Thompson, linebacker for the Buffalo Bills. So some injury updates there for you guys to take into your Friday before the Chiefs on this short week. Imagine if the Bills were playing a short week going into Kansas City. If the roles were flipped, we would have a full-on conspiracy theory going on. But we trudge on.
The only thing to be better is if the Chiefs just like played like on Friday and then just went in there, just won anyway. Like, oh, what the hell? Yeah, we'll give it a shot. And just won by like 30. While you were talking, and I was listening, obviously, but I went and I found the last let's see, so dating back to Baltimore, so what is it now? 6 games?
It's week 4. Yeah, Baltimore's week 4.
The Chiefs in their last 6 games are 20 of 25 from the red zone.
Judas Priest.
Yep. 80%. That would be number 1 in the league by
a lot.
Yeah. 20 of 25. And their last 3 games are 12 of 14.
What? No. That's crazy. Like, that's really good.
Only one I didn't include was when they had Minshew and they were just running the ball into the line.
Well, yeah, they were trying to burn the clock. Yeah,
there's no point. But like, they weren't even trying to score. But like, outside of that, every other one's included. Yeah, 20-25 since he started the Baltimore game. Just an abject machine. Like that's like, so they had a couple of games where they were 4 out of 6. Somehow that's a disaster comparatively to the rest of like what they've been doing. I mean, it's just look, to really kind of get in the weeds here on this game.
Yeah.
We were talking before the show. We were talking like an hour before the show. Bluntly, the Chiefs are the better team, and the Chiefs should win this game. It doesn't mean they will. They could lose. The Bills have Josh Allen. They have James Cook. They are at home. It's a tough place to play. All those things apply. Kansas City is the better football team in this game. There's a reason they're favored on the road. They're better than them.
Yeah.
If this game was in Arrowhead, the Chiefs would probably be like a 4.5 point favorite. The Chiefs are a better football team. And if you're thinking to yourself, like, well, are they? Ask yourself this question. Are the Chiefs better than the Bills on offense? Yes. Are the Bills better defensively? No, the Bills are not better defensively. The Chiefs are legitimately better on both sides of the ball. Yeah. And it's not even, and they certainly are better than the coaching staff.
Mm.
They're better. The Chiefs are better than this team. Like, doesn't mean the Bills aren't a good team. They are a good team. But the Chiefs are playing right now like a great team. I would argue that the last 6 weeks, even including Jacksonville with the self-inflicted crap in that game, especially the last 5 weeks, like the last like Baltimore on, which is, by the way, when I did the red zone stuff, so I think I said 6 weeks or 5 weeks. I don't think they've ever played better.
Like in franchise history or just Mahomes era?
Mahomes era. I mean, I don't want to speak for like 1969, but they're pretty dominant in 69. But I
Nice.
because like I know in 2018 they were unreal offensively.
Right.
Like, part of that was like this, Mahomes was like a phenomenon. I mean, that was one of the most fun years of my life as a sports fan because that was just unbelievable. Like, what is happening?
Well, you thought he was going to be good, but then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit.
That was like I've never done like crazy like hallucinogenic drugs. I feel like that's what that has to be, right?
Right.
You're like,
Yeah.
how is this happening? But they were so bad defensively that year.
They were really bad.
Yeah, Orlando Scandrick is high. So like, shout out to Orlando Scandrick.
I haven't thought about that man in so long.
Unbelievable. I'm offended by him. To this day, I'm offended by him.
Is he in jail?
He should be for the way he played in 2018. He and Bob Sutton ought to be sharing digs. But like in any event, so
Rikers Island.
it's still not harsh enough. So Rikers is like a palace compared to what Bob Sutton deserves for 2018. So hey Bob, what do you think? Cover 2 man? Yeah, that's what I think. Okay, great, thanks. We'll just run that every single fucking play and watch Tom Brady go right down the field.
Yeah.
No, I think look, realistically, like they were awesome in 2018 offensively, but they sucked defensively.
Mm-hmm.
2019, they were still really good offensively, of course, and they were better defensively. So that team was, but like they were 6-4 that year. Now this team might obviously have a similar path in terms of the record, but part of that was like Mahomes got hurt. It's kind of a weird year. And then of course they turned it on and they won it all. 2020, the beginning of 2020 might be the closest, where that team was just absolutely annihilating people like we did only about the first half of the season. That would probably be the closest, but I got to tell you, this year, the last 5 games, I mean, these games are a joke. Like, it's not even competitive. That Raiders game is the most thorough beating I've ever seen in my life, man.
Right.
3 first downs. And then, like, the Commanders game, okay, yes, the first half, it's 7-7. The game was over by the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. You're like, this game's done. Forget it. Go home. All that is to say that while the Bills could definitely win the game, I would be lying if I said I think the Bills are going to win the game. I'd be lying if I said I thought this game was even going to be super close. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's a blowout, but I think it is the kind of game that you walk away feeling like the Chiefs controlled the game throughout.
Like a fake close game. Like they scored a touchdown at the end. It's just like
24.
Yeah.
You never really felt threatened in the game.
Right. 100%.
That kind of game.
Yeah. I want to piggyback off of your idea, like this stretch of games, maybe like the most dominant that they've played, because actually at KC Sports Network, we tweeted this out, and Joel, shout out Joel, the guy who runs our social media for us, texted me, and he was like, hey, I found this stat, this Mahomes stat. And this is just like Patrick Mahomes, like how well Patrick Mahomes has played right in this stretch of games. He's recorded a completion percentage over 70% in 4 straight games. He had a 70.7% completion percentage against the Jags, 73.3 against the Lions, 74.3 against the Raiders, and 73.5 against the Commanders. This is the second time he's done that in his career, by the way. Second time he's done that in his career, stretch of 4 games. The other time, 2018.
18. Okay.
2018. His first, and he did that for 5 games. He did that 5 games. So if he gets 70% completion percentage in this game, he ties already what he's done. So that just shows you kind of what plane he's playing on right now. Like that kind of, he's playing on MVP Mahomes level, right? And we talk about this all the time with Mahomes, of just like, he has a different standard than everybody else does, right? His standard is like what he has previously done. And like everyone is not held to that same like Mahomes esque standard, right? And look, Jordan ran into the same thing. LeBron runs into the same thing. Like when they're doing all these MVP voting, yes, this happens, right?
Yeah.
You're held to a higher standard because of how well you've done. You're a victim of your own success, and he is playing at a level right now that is parallel, if not higher, than what he was in one of his 2 MVP seasons. So I mean, and Matt, maybe we should take a break before I totally get into this, but like this is why I feel so strongly about this game, and why, as a Chiefs fan, not even worried a little bit about this game, is because how well Patrick Mahomes is playing.
Listen, I'll let you get the break. Here's a stretch in 2020 that I don't know like literally you may never see this from another quarterback. 6 games in a row from Mahomes from weeks 8 to 14. There's a bye week in there. Here's just his yardage totals in these games: 416, 372, 348, 462, 318, 393.
Unreal.
That is impossible. You could do that in Madden.
Right.
I mean, that is, I'm just doing the math quick. Like, that's got to be an average of almost 400 yards. Like, I mean,
it has to be.
For 6 weeks. Like, it's not like he did it, like, for, like, a couple of minutes there. And you're like, oh, okay, 3 games. Even that would be, like, super impressive.
Yeah.
But, like, 6 games in a row of just absolutely bonkers numbers here. Yeah, 462. That was a game with Tyreek where he went insane in the first quarter against Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa was like, we're just red man. That'll be fine.
Yes. And then also that was also the game that Hardman dropped like a 90-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Or he would have thrown for almost 600 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the way, he averaged 384.8 yards per game over that 6-game stretch. Not shockingly, they went 6-0.
How do you think DraftKings moved his passing total over-unders for that? They're like, 300 seems like crazy for an over-under, right? You're like, I guess we got to set it at 300?
Yeah,
that's
300. It's like a gift.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
You're making money.
Yeah, we can get more on the other side. But yeah, this Chiefs team is they're rolling in a major way.
Yeah, they are. All right, let's take a break. First, you guys already know, I'm calling all Chiefs fans. You could be on the field at the 50 inside GEHA Field for the official coin toss at a Chiefs home game this season. Visit Chiefs.com/GEHA now. Enter to win a chance to be on the field. It's like I never read before in my life. Enter to a chance to be on the field for a once-in-a-lifetime view of the pregame coin toss. Plus, you can score other exclusive prizes. Enter for a chance to win at Chiefs.com/GEHA. GEHA is the proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs. Don't go anywhere. We will be back to talk more about Patrick Mahomes and how good he is and how he's awesome and how he's cool and how he's better than Josh Allen right after this. Chiefs.
My name is Terrell Jolly. A lot of people call me TJ, founder and CEO of Integrity Capital Management. So Integrity Capital Management originally started out as a property management firm, but we slowly transitioned to what is described as an incremental development firm that's focused on situational housing. I know most people say affordable, but we believe in creating housing for people that are actually in need and built to the end user. I believe everyone needs a home because when you have home, you have hope. The reality is that when you're building a business, one thing you don't think about is like what a true banking relationship means. And, I had the honor and privilege of meeting Debbie early on in my career when I was just trying to get going. And as a small business, it's really challenging at times because people don't understand the concept or not believe the longevity because you're just getting started. But Debbie was willing to take a chance on me, be patient with me. I almost look at it like a grassroots initiative. She's seen and believe what I'm about. Anybody that's really true about their business and want to get some things done, I would definitely trust hands down Emprise because Deb's team, along with Aaron and Jackie and all the amazing people that work behind the scenes, even from the treasury side, I would say, hey, give them an opportunity because you won't be disappointed and you will actually be in hands that actually somebody care and that will see you from start to finish.
Matt, Patrick Mahomes cool. And I think he's good. And he's been playing really well. And as I mentioned before the break, this is why when people have asked me about this game, when I've been talking about this game on the streams or whether it's other podcasts I've gone on and talked about this game, frankly, I'm just not really worried about this matchup. And here's the other part of it, though, Matt. I do think this game matters. There'll be people tell you that this game doesn't matter, right? Just because of like, oh, the Chiefs will always lose the regular season one, and then the playoffs will beat them, right? That's been the case. I still think that's true. I think if the Chiefs lose this one, they'll still probably beat them in the playoffs if their paths do cross. This game matters because the loser of this game basically loses out on the 1 seed. I think you forget all chances of the 1 seed. That's why this game does matter a little bit more. And I think if the Chiefs win this game, they will destroy that fan base mentally.
Well, that
even more than they already have.
That I think has already happened.
Right.
We had there's that like now infamous in Chief Circles clip of like when Bass misses that field goal wide to the right, and they show that dude in the crowd, like
openly weeping.
Weeping, doesn't he? I mean, that man needed immediate care.
Yes.
To put it that way. Look, the game matters from a couple standpoints. One is I agree with you about the 1 seed. Two, whoever loses this game, like they're on uphill fighting their own division.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You know, like, you really do. I'd argue Buffalo even more so because they've already lost to New England at home.
Mm-hmm.
But the Chiefs at least have the 2 divisional games left for the Broncos.
And the Chargers game is at home too.
Right. But, but still, I mean, the Chiefs would be, and whoever loses this game is a real shot of being out of the playoff picture. Now, I don't think they'll get back in, but right. The reason I look at this game and feel differently than past games, I have picked the Bills to beat the Chiefs in the regular season. I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me right, literally every time that they have done it, like the last 4 years, at least 3 of them, I think all 4 of them. And my reasoning has always been a couple things. One is I don't think the Chiefs show them much during the regular season, and I think they basically just go, fine, whatever, cool, we don't care, we'll see you in January. The other reason is a lot of times I think the Bills are as good as the Chiefs, or really, really close. And it's like, all right, well, those games are tight, and a lot of times it's felt like the Chiefs, when they've played them, are either kind of rounding into form early in the year, or like I said, maybe not going to show them as much. I got to tell you, I think the Chiefs can not show them that much and still beat them. Like, again, if I sit here and really, like, forget your fandom, forget all that stuff, just analytically look at the game. Like, if I was at this game for I go with anything else for Sports Illustrated, I just said, okay, how would I see this? I don't know how the Bills stop them.
Right. Yes.
And that's not like a homer. Like, I have no idea what Buffalo does to stop this team. Like, their pass rush isn't good, and now Ed Oliver's out maybe for the season.
Yep.
Obviously for this game, for sure. The linebackers, Terrell Bernard is a terrific player, but Terrell Bernard is like Nick Bolton level. He's not, he's a good player, but he's not Fred Warner. You're not going into the game like, oh my God, how are they going to deal with this? Shaq Thompson is a guy and may not even play in this game. Matt Milano was once a great player. Matt Milano at this point in his career is declining. I mean, he's not terrible, but he's not who he once was. Their secondary, it is not an exaggeration to say this is the worst safety group in the NFL. It is awful. Taylor Rapp's on IR. You've got DeMar Hamlin, who's a special teamer at this point. So you're getting Jordan Poyer. That's right. If you're like the same Jordan Poyer, yes. The same Jordan Poyer who you remember from 1991, and Cole Bishop, who is arguably one of the worst defensive players in the league. And I don't mean to pile on the guy, but it's reality. He is their version of Dan Sorensen, but he was never good even to begin with. Up front, it's like, okay, you got Rousseau and Epinesa and Bosa, but they're just it's like, all right. I mean, Rousseau is basically Karlaftis. He's a good player.
Yeah.
But without Chris Jones. So all right. I don't really Larry Ogunjobi is going to come in and wreck shop. I guess. I don't know. Sure. I just think if you're the Bills in this game, you really have to play a style of defense that is basically, look, we are going to just drop a bunch of guys in the coverage. We are going to bend but don't break. We are going to allow you to move the ball up and down the field, and we're going to pray that we can just get a stop or two in the red zone. Just, hey, man, you're going to make 5 trips in the red zone, and we're going to try to make you kick field goals on 3 of them or 2 of them, and then we can 30. And that's the other part is I think the Bills win this game are going to score 30 plus points.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, they don't have the horses on this team. Their receivers are all, I have Jared Bailey, who's a buddy of mine who's on my podcast. At this game. Josh Allen this year has completed 7 passes over 20 yards in the air this entire season. And 4 of them were against Baltimore. Like
when he had to.
They can't throw the ball, man. Like Keon Coleman's been awful. Shakir's a good player, but he's a slot guy. He's a possession receiver, and he's going to be going against McDuffie a decent amount, one would think, unless they put Connor on him, which in that case they may win the game. Like they don't throw to their backs at all.
Right.
Dawson Knox has 8 catches. Like it's going to be a lot of like Shakir and Kincaid.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a lot of and like I got to tell you, even if those guys have good games, like they're not game breakers.
Right.
All right. It's like Juju having a good game. Like, all right, fine. You know, the Chiefs are just flat out more talented. They're the better football team. If they go out and play well, they're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
If they go out and play a B-plus game, they're going to win the game. They're just better than the Bills are. That's not a knock on the Bills. It's more credit to the Chiefs. Like they're just flat ass better than Buffalo is at this point.
So I think it's really, I 100% agree with you. And like comparing like offense to offense, man, like I think it's, especially when you compare the Chiefs offense going up against the Bills defense, it's just like, boy, howdy. Like they play zone, they're going to get absolutely gashed. And they talk about this on the KC Laboratory that comes out later tonight. The Bills, they play their 2 safeties so deep.
They do.
And like they play them so deep. They're not going to, this is not going to be like a Tyquan Thornton bomb over the top game. Although maybe it is because they suck, right? And they're really slow.
Just do it anyway. The first play of the game.
All right, you're going to go too deep. We'll throw it over your too deep. And just because you guys are so goddamn slow, their defensive speed is very slow. The Chiefs' offensive speed is very fast. So that is a nightmare matchup for the Bills and how they match up on offense. So for the Chiefs' defense has only allowed like 7 points, right, in the last 2 weeks. Like, while sometimes it didn't look very pretty, they've got the job done. Like they've been able to do the defense pretty well. Not necessarily. I don't think this is like the 2023 defense. Where was it 2023 defense that was really
they're dominant as hell. No, they're probably not, but they're 4th in yardage against and 2nd in points against.
Right. So it's like one of those things where like they're getting it done. While like eye tested like seems a little bit shaky sometimes. You're just like, boy, I don't know about this defense. And they've done a really good job. I talked about this on last show. I brought up the tweet that I was doing some little bit of research with during the marathon World Series game that was going on about how the Chiefs have been really good against starting running backs. James Cook is this team's best offensive weapon. I understand what I just said. With a team with Josh Allen on it, who's their quarterback. I still think James Cook is the most dangerous piece that you have to watch out for in this game. He's averaging 100 yards a game, Matt. Like that's insane. 107 is what his yards per game averages right now. Now, granted, having 250 against like the Panthers is going to bump that up, but still, he's been absolutely dominant this year. 753 rushing yards on 126 attempts. When they run the ball and they can get their running game going, they are hard to stop on the offensive side of the ball, and they can put up points. The Chiefs' defense, on the other hand, has been really good at stopping running backs. It's been running quarterbacks they've actually really struggled against when it comes to like rushing yards and everything like that. I'll be interested to see how the Bills' offense kind of counters what Spags and them have thrown out, because Josh Allen has had plenty of matches. This is the 10th matchup now that against the Chiefs he's had. He's got to be pretty familiar with what Spags is going to throw at him, everything like that. And I want this is kind of like a PSA because I'm also trying to remind myself of this as well, right, Matt? When the Bills come out there and they have like their first 15 and it looks good, no one needs to like freak out, right? Don't freak out on the first drive if the Chiefs defense doesn't look spectacular or they're like the Bills really move the ball. Don't freak out. The second drive, even if they're moving the ball a little bit on the second drive, I wouldn't freak out about that. Third drive, I probably wouldn't freak out at that. You're getting a little closer, but it's just like you should make some adjustments. That's usually the first quarter, right? You might get 2 possessions really in the first quarter. So like by the second quarter, I think is when you could start to really judge a defensive performance. Be like, okay, if this is the starting point now, you've gathered your information, especially for Spags defense. You've gathered your information. Now we go. that's kind of what you have to base the rest of the game off from the second quarter on, I think, when it comes to Spags defenses specifically. But that's the only way that I can see the Bills putting up. I mean, Matt, I don't even think that's winning. I just think that's them finding a little bit of success by putting up points, because there's no way this Bills defense stops the Chiefs. Like, there's legitimately no way. We're going to look really stupid when the Chiefs score like 14 points, but like it's one of those things where I just keep looking at this and I'm just like, I've got no clue how the Bills stop the Chiefs.
I think if they stop them, it's going to be because of self-inflicted stuff. It's going to be penalties.
Penalties.
It's going to be crap like that, man. Like, that's, last year when they played in Buffalo, the Chiefs got the ball and they immediately threw an interception.
Right.
And it was like, they just kept fighting back from that the whole game. Like, I got to tell you, it kind of gets forgotten at times because of the way the Super Bowl went last year. The Chiefs offensively beat the piss out of the Bills in the AFC title game last year, and that offense was horrendous.
Yeah.
Okay. That offense had no Rice. Kelsey wasn't playing as well as he's playing right now. That offensive line was horrific. Now, look.
Sky Moore. No, he was on IR.
He wasn't there, but he was there in spirit, and that was bad enough. There's like a looming specter. Like, yeah.
He's on the sideline, I think.
Yeah, listen. I really think, I never thought I'd say this about a Bills team with Allen, but I really do feel this way in this game. I would treat them like Spags treats the Ravens.
Yeah,
bro. I would put 7 and 8 guys down there, but I don't care. Do it.
Oh yeah.
I would play single high the entire game. And just be like, you're not running. I don't give a shit. You're not running the football. You're not running the football. Allen's not running it. Cook's not running it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't care. If you want to throw the ball to Keon Coleman 15 times, go nuts, bud. Like, here it is. I would play, if I were the Chiefs in this game, I'd play a lot of man because the Bills receivers struggle to separate.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, like, you love the matchup. Shakir's a good player. He's not McDuffie.
No.
The Chiefs are better in that matchup than the Bills are. Jalen Watson on Keon Coleman is an LOL level matchup. Like there is no... The only play Coleman makes against him is just some jump ball that he's able to like go up and get because he's 6'4". That's
right.
It.
Yeah.
That is not a high percentage play. And then, like, okay, look, Kincaid, I could see having a good game because the Chiefs against tight ends, it always seems like it's a battle. But like, even if Joshua Palmer plays, all right, put Noel Williams on him.
Yeah.
All right. Like, Joshua Palmer gonna like just go ham and have 200 yards receiving. Like, fine. If I'm the Chiefs, I would put a ton of guys on the line. I would stack the box and just say, look, you are not going to run the football. You will not do it.
Yep.
And if it's going to be, normally I go the other way against a guy like Allen. And I say, well, you know what? Listen, if they want to run the ball, let them run because that's, you'll live with that and take away the. I think with this team, they're so bad at receiver. I think you take away both things. I think you can put 7 guys down in the box, but you're still not throwing the damn ball. You still can't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of the same way they played the Eagles, and the Eagles have great receivers, and the Chiefs are just like, yeah, Barkley's not killing us.
Yeah.
Go ahead, throw the ball, do it. Like, the other thing I would do in this game, because the Bills have struggled with this, they struggled against the Falcons with this, they struggled against the Saints, I'd blitz the hell out of them in this game.
About to bring that up. I was just looking up Josh Allen's blitz.
I would blitz the daylights out of them because there's nowhere to go. There's no release. Everything,
right?
Like, their game right now is so short and so quick because there's nowhere else to go. And I would just say, look, man, we're going to put you under a ton of pressure. We're not going to let you run. I'm not saying they wouldn't pop one here or there or hit a play. Like, they've got talented players, but like, that's a hard way to live when you don't have the talent that you need to make those plays. If I'm Spags, I just live in that. I'd live down at the line of scrimmage, and I would bring a ton of pressure.
Yeah. This year, when I was looking at his blitz rate, what they've done compared to years past, he hasn't been blitzed as much as he has been in his career. But 33% of the dropbacks he's facing is blitz. So teams are blitzing him a third of the time. When he drops back, he's had 71 dropbacks that had it. I know we make fun of the nerds right? With their numbers and all.
Where are these stats?
NFL Pro.
Okay, yeah. Good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. NFL Pro, looking at it right now, completion percentage over expected when he is not blitzed is plus 3.2 is where his completion percentage over expected not blitzed, right? When he is blitzed, his completion percentage drops over expected 3.4%. So it's basically when you blitz him, there's a change of about 6% in his completion percentage over throws that he's expected to make. So, look, I mean, he's always going to be one of those quarterbacks that run really well, right? And he's going to be one of those guys where you kind of it's dangerous to blitz him because if you blitz him, you don't have anybody out there and there's a bunch of green grass for him to go. But I think that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to be interested in seeing is how much do they blitz him and how much, because, their front four, the Chiefs front four can't get home. Like, that's just a fact of the matter is they can't get home unless you're George Karlaftis and the coverage is really good and you got 6.5 seconds and then you can get home. But they haven't been able to do any of that recently. So I'm going to be curious how much they blitz him and how that affects. Look, I even like a little bit of a run blitz every now and again. Run down, blitz him. You got to stop James Cook if you can swing the momentum that way too. Also, here's the thing too is I think his, I gotta look this up, but his like ADOT, Allen's ADOT is like pretty low this year.
Yes.
Just because they have to get everything out quick, out short because nobody can get open. The Chiefs really good tackling team. They usually don't miss their very many tackles, especially the secondary guys, the corners. So I really like how they're able the stickiness of those corners on the outside. The only way they're going to be able to move the ball is James Cook. You just have to eliminate James Cook. Look, I might be the biggest James Cook fan there is just because of the narrative that I'm able to drive home because how good James Cook is playing, right? It's like, even you want to compare Josh Allen to Patrick Mahomes, but the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills thinks it's better. Their offense is better when they give the ball to James Cook than when they have Josh Allen make a play. Imagine some of the stuff that is said about the running game. Matt, I've sent you some videos of Bills people talking about the offense of like, hey, we have to run the ball 35 times this game. Imagine saying that about a Patrick Mahomes offense.
You wouldn't.
Exactly.
You would not.
I'll put.
Yeah, no, you would not. I think the problem that the Bills face in this game, as we've kind of laid out in a few different ways, is I guess, as simple as I can say, it's a talent deficit.
Mm-hmm.
How many players on the Bills, like genuine question, how many players on the Bills would you look at and say that player is a star caliber player, a player that is either an all pro level player or clearly a Pro Bowl level player? And not like Pro Bowl, a Tyler Huntley alternate,
Right. Like the Mac Jones.
Like Allen, Cook, I think Deion Dawkins.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Deion Dawkins, yeah.
Dude, that's it.
Yeah.
Like maybe Taron Johnson. Like 3 to 4. The Chiefs have 3 to 4 guys on like one unit. Yeah, it's like Mahomes, Humphrey, Trey Smith, Rashee Rice. Even at this point, is Travis Kelce, still a top 5 tight end. Like, he's going to make a Pro Bowl. I won't even say Worthy, although Worthy certainly could. He's at the 10. I won't even say him. Like, I mean, I never thought I'd say this in a billion years, but like, Suamataia is playing at a godly level right now. Now, like, but I'm not going to include him. The point is, just on offense, you've got 2 offensive linemen. Won't include Simmons or anything like that. He hasn't played enough. Rice, Mahomes, Kelce. It's 5 guys. Defensively, you've got Jones.
Yep.
You've got McDuffie.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Bolton is a Pro Bowl level player. He's not a pro level player. Like that's like, so you're talking, I won't even put in your boy Karlaftis, but you just know he's there. We're talking about like at a minimum, I won't say Jalen Watson either. Like 8 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like 3. And by the way, there weren't a whole lot of like maybes on the Bills, where there's a whole lot of maybes on the Chiefs. Like maybe Worthy, maybe Butker, maybe Watson, maybe Karlaftis, maybe it's like the Chiefs are just a superior football team right now. And I do wonder too, one thing that we have not said at all, I am curious in this game how much it matters. The Bills have played nobody all year long.
100%.
The Chiefs have played some team. Like, I wonder how much of that step up in class is a little bit of a shock to the system.
Yeah, could be.
Like we think the Bills have looked like ass on defense against like New Orleans,
Atlanta.
Right, like Atlanta killed them to the point that people really believed Atlanta was a football team, and then they saw them last weekend. Like, there's a part of me that does wonder, like, is this like going to be a game where we're watching this thing going, oh my God, the Chiefs are just lighting them up and there's nothing they can do. Like, Spencer Rattler had that team in the fourth quarter in the game in Buffalo.
Right.
And I would sit here and say, well, that's just a one-off. So did Tua. Okay? Like, I mean, like, this is not like some one-off, like, oh, the Bills look like shit early. But no. Like, they've looked like crap all year in a lot of these games. Like, it's not some one-off deal. And that's where I do look at this thing and go, man, like, if you look that bad against those teams, what does it look like against this team?
It's a great point. I think it's a great little final point to leave that one on before we hit a break here, talk about the rest of the Week 9 slate. Week 9 slate in the NFL. It is certainly a slate. It's not the worst slate we've had all year, but there's some good games, but there's also some games that yeah. We'll talk about it. We'll take a break. We'll be back on the other side, Chiefs.
Just a short drive from Kansas City. Experience the history, the heritage, and the bourbon at Holiday Distillery. Tour Missouri's oldest distillery, where real Missouri bourbon is made the old-fashioned way. Walk the grounds, taste the tradition, and take home a bottle of something special. Make the trip, sip the story. Holiday Distillery, Weston, Missouri. Book your tour at holidaydistillery.com.
Chiefs Kingdom, what is your favorite touchdown? By now, you guys already know that my favorite touchdown is the next one, because with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, every touchdown could bring you closer to cashing in. From first touchdown score to anytime touchdown props or the thrill of live in-game betting, every snap is loaded with opportunity. You want spreads? They got it. Over-unders? DraftKings got you covered. Same-game parlays, regular parlays? DraftKings has it, and you need it. And here's the best part. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Your team hitting pay dirt pays out to you. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code KCSN. That's code KCSN for new customers to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer. We are recording this after the Thursday Night Football game where the Baltimore Ravens won their second straight game of the year. I had tweeted out a meme, Matt. I don't know if you saw the meme that I tweeted out. It was the kombucha girl. Are you familiar? Where she takes a drink of kombucha and is like,
I have, yes.
The positive face was Ravens are back. And then the bad face was Dolphins are ass. Yeah. Like the Dolphins are just so bad. That's really that's the biggest thing that I took away from that game is that, man, the Dolphins are not good. The Dolphins are a bad football team.
No, they're not a good team. They suck something fierce.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
It's kind of like last week's game was like Chargers and Vikings. It's just like Vikings are. What you took away from that game is that the Vikings are really bad.
Yes, horrendously bad. By the way, to put a bow on it, I thought this was interesting. We were talking earlier about the blitz with Allen.
Oh yeah,
Looked them up from Mahomes. They're like jarring for Mahomes. Like it's when Mahomes is not blitzed, he's basically God. Like it's unbelievable. So I'm just gonna try to pull this up here side by side here if I can do it. So Mahomes has not been blitzed a lot this year. He's been blitzed. Let's see, on like 75 of his attempts.
So, which is not a lot at all. Yeah, he's got a lot of it. Yeah.
So that's interesting. But like I'm gonna pull this up next to each other here.
Yeah.
By the way, Mahomes is the least pressured quarterback by percentage in the NFL.
Insane from where we were a year ago.
I was gonna say, well, last year he basically was like it was like playing Frogger like on cocaine. So all right, so here we go. So Allen's been blitzed on 59 of his attempts, but not blitzed on 138 of them. Mahomes has been blitzed on 75 attempts, but not blitzed on 207. Now Allen, when he's not, this is insane. When Allen is not blitzed, his EPA, which for people out there like me who hate analytics and don't know what that means,
right?
Expected points added is 28.2 plus 28.2, which is
it's good
number.
Yeah, 0 is average. 0
right.
is yes.
And per drop back, he's at plus 0.17, which doesn't sound like a crazy number. It's good,
but it's good. Yes.
Mahomes per drop back is at plus 0.35, more than double Allen. Here,
when not blitz, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Here's the number that. So Allen, again, his total EPA when not blitzed is plus 28.2.
Right.
Mahomes is plus 89.5.
That's
like,
insane.
If you don't blitz him, dead, just instantly. The funny thing is, he's negative 14.2 when he's blitzed.
Oh, interesting.
And Allen is like plus 16.4.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't blitz him because they're terrified. Now, I would love to know what the split is of the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Ask that because it might be a very different story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, those numbers would tell you if you're the Bills, you should blitz 11 guys. Because it might be the only way to win. I mean, that is plus 89.5 halfway through the season is just
field goal block every time. Punt block.
Engage 8. Like, by the way, just to like put into perspective how nuts that is, last season, because EPA is a cumulative stat. So like in 2023, his EPA for the season, just everything included, everything, blitz, non-blitz, was plus 16.7. Last year, it was plus 73.3. This year, it's 75.3. They played 8 games.
Good Lord.
It's unreal. And they played the hard part of their schedule at this point.
Right.
I mean, other than the Raiders, who, fine. But, but, hey, listen, they had to be mixed in.
Yeah. They had to give the Chiefs a little bit of a break, right? They're like, all right, we gave you the Eagles. We gave you the Chargers in Brazil, Lions, 2 hours away, Ravens. The Lions, Ravens, yeah.
And then I love the mic'd up segment of that game with the Chiefs and Raiders where the receivers are on the sideline literally laughing in the middle of the third quarter. Be like, man, like take the pads off early today. Like the joke that like Worthy, Rice, and Brown with like 8 minutes to go in the third quarter were just planning like how they were going to hang out on the bench the rest of the game. It's like a high school game that goes awry, like, oh yeah, it's 49-0 at halftime. Like, all right.
Crazy. It is legitimately crazy. Mahomes is on another plane right now. And like that is the reason I feel confident in this game. I know I've already said it, but I mean, it is one of those things where it's just like, this team is playing, this offense specifically is playing on a plane that we have not seen in a very long time. And I fear for the Buffalo Bills defense. I fear to be, who's their D coordinator?
The Bills?
Yeah.
Babbage, but McDermott's calling the plays now.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I couldn't remember their defensive coordinator off the top of my head. But back to the Week 9 slate. Week 9 slate, Matt. Again, we mentioned the Dolphins and the Ravens. The Dolphins are an absolute dumpster fire. Oh, the Packers are wearing those fake leather helmets. The Packers are rolling off bad uniforms. So they saw what the Steelers did, and then they said, let's do one worse. Actually, it's not worse, but let's also do a really bad uniform. And I don't know how. It's just because it's old doesn't mean you have to wear it, guys.
It's really it's
bad.
Like, and also too, for the love of God, man, like you have great uniforms.
Yeah, you're the Packers.
Just you're not the Titans. Like, okay, fine, those things are ridiculous. Like, fine, okay, you're the Green Bay Packers. You have great uniforms. Just wear those, guys. It's okay. Like, it's like Chiefs fans like, oh, I want to have a black alternate. No, they have great uniforms. Leave them the hell alone. People are like, oh, what about a yellow uniform? Oh, you look like a banana.
Gross.
You see the Chargers in their we pissed ourselves uniforms, and then they went out there and played like they pissed themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but come on now, let's stop it. I mean, some of these teams, the Steelers do this all the time. The Steelers have great uniforms, and they're like, hey, it would be great if we wore uniforms that looked like we were prison inmates. Like,
yeah.
Why? Just like wear your, like, I'm all for a good throwback, but some teams don't have good throwbacks. Some teams have throwbacks that suck.
Yeah. Also, why are we digging so far back for throwbacks?
Yeah. Also,
that's also the problem. It's like, yeah. Don't wear the 1929 uniforms.
Yeah. Concussion alley. Yeah. Jim Bob Danny Franks went plowing in there on a halfback dive and get destroyed.
If you have to make the helmet look different because they wore different helmets, that's a problem.
By the way, like, speaking of throwbacks, Denver, their uniform when they throw it back is beautiful.
It's perfect. Orange Crush.
And I love how, like, everyone agrees with this, and then the Broncos are like, guess what? Back to Boise State. Why?
Right.
The Broncos, the Buccaneers, and the Seahawks, for the love of God, wear your original uniforms.
Yeah.
Well, not original, but what you're using for your throwbacks. Please, God, go back to those. They are infinitely better than the crap you're currently wearing. Go back to those.
The Vikings have that throwback uniform that they wear that's like more the block numbers instead of like the custom text. I like those too. Those are really good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good.
Yeah, I'm glad that the Bears decided to honor Virginia, that they're not wearing any of their alternate uniforms this year, which, like, those orange helmets, those pumpkin helmets, they're so bad. And like, they could probably be okay if they didn't wear them with like their orange tops, but they wear them together and it's just like, what are we doing?
I also like the Giants to go back to when their helmets are Giants.
Yeah, that's a sick word, Mark.
Yeah, it's a guy I'm looking at it right now. A couple of years ago, I went to a sports collector show because I'm a loser, and I'll tell you what, you want to feel great about yourself. Go to a sports collectible show and then look around and like you feel like the most in shape human being alive.
Well, I gotta go with you because I gotta get the my World Series pennant collection.
There you go.
Out. So like we'll go and we'll get the World Series pennants.
I like. For anyone who's never met me, I think it's a fair conscious big. I am like the most prototypical like dad bod on the face of the earth. Like I'm just could perpetually lose like 10 to 15 pounds. Probably never will. Just whatever. Like,
yeah,
not hanging over the belt, but just certainly not in the kind of shape that like people are like, oh, like let's invite him to a pool party. So like, just very average to the hill.
Right. Yeah.
Average. You go to one of those shows, you feel like Schwarzenegger. People are just toting around like oxygen behind them because they've been walking for 28 minutes. You know, they got to sit up against the wall and get a Coors Light.
Right. Oh,
Dude, this is a disaster. Like I can outwalk these people while they run. But in any event, a couple of years ago, I went and got a full-size, like 1980s style New York Giants helmet signed by Lawrence Taylor.
no, nice.
And he inscribed on it, LT was one bad motherfucker, and then signed Lawrence. It is my favorite thing that I own.
That is so.
All the memorabilia I have, all the baseball cards from way back, like love a ton of it. Easily, like I've got like a Chiefs helmet that I bring there because I'll have like Chiefs like legends sign it.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to include like Will Shields, Curly Culp, Andy Reid's on there.
Oh wow.
Jamal Charles, Marcus Allen. There, I won't say who it was because it's mean, but like there was a player at one point who signed it because I brought like training camp. I was like really much like before I started coming in the league, like
Yeah.
probably 20. The player signed it, and I was like, man, like just bringing down like the oomph for this helmet big time.
Yeah. Right.
Found out like a great way to remove a permanent marker on a helmet, little nail polish remover.
Yeah, I was gonna say acetone probably does a trick.
But in any event, yeah, LT, go back to those helmets. Come on,
Yeah.
you know what are we doing?
Good helmets.
Yeah, those are great. Yeah,
What
the
is-
Jets went back to their old stuff. Now, they're still playing like shit, but
The Jets.
one other team, by the way, the Dolphins. Go back, man.
Yeah.
The things they wear now. Oh, they're hideous.
My biggest gripe is the Dolphins not wearing a helmet anymore.
That's
How can we promote player safety if the Dolphins not wearing a helmet?
CTE. That might be the problem. The Dolphins got CTE. And it's bringing down the whole damn organization. Now, there's a few that like, I like the Bills standing Buffalo, but the ones they have now, to be fair, are nice. Their uniforms are fine.
Yeah, I like the red helmets that they have.
Okay.
That's just me growing up in that era of the like. I know that those Navy uniforms are just gross and hideous, but there's a little bit of me that's like, what if I had like a Willis McGahee? Was he there in the time?
Travis Henry action? Yeah, no, don't do that.
Takeo Spikes.
Yeah. They were just awful every JP Losman.
We went on the stream. We were doing quarterbacks for the Bills since '99, and there's some names on there. I'm just like, I don't know who these dudes are.
Dude, one of these days I'll join you. I am like borderline obsessive with like Sporkle and like.
Well, yes, that's what we need. So, okay, you need to tell me a day because it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right?
Okay.
And either Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from like noon to 1, you and I will just do Sporkle games for an hour, and people can watch us do Sporkle games.
Oh, dude, we'll figure it out. Thursday's probably the day, but I every night when I go to bed, if I'm like having a hard time sleeping, I will just open up a Sporkle game, and it's like every starting quarterback in the 1990s. And it's like there's like 240 of them. And I'm like, all right, I need to at least get to like 225.
Right.
You know?
So it kind of pisses me off sometimes with like the time limits. I know they have like the practice mode that you can do, right? But like the time limits kind of piss me off. It's like, why do you think I can do this in 4 minutes? You know?
Right.
Think about it for a little bit.
There was a site, and we can wrap because we're going off the rails.
Yeah.
There was a site way back in the day, I was in college, called Chuck Sports, and it was basically Sporkle before Sporkle. Like it was like thousands of sports trivia games.
Yeah.
And my buddies and I, who are all massive sports fans, living in the dorms together,
Right. Yeah.
we would spend hours sitting there trying to get like 1978 AL RBI leaders. I mean, like which a real chick magnet. We were just bringing in the women. And there were a few nights that we may or may not have come back from the bar after having a couple of adult beverages. And somebody would just start screaming like 93 receiving leaders. And it was just, again, just our room was just, women were just flocking it.
Right.
It was, there were more, actually, fun way to end this. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was like really big when I was a kid, right?
Yeah. Great show.
Yeah. So online, they had a sports version of it. And it was like legitimately pretty tough. Like, it was a legitimately hard game. But then like we beat it, and we beat it a few times. You're kind of like, all right. So we started doing like the actual, just like regular run of the mill, like all things in life, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Right.
Now, mind you, there's like 4, 5, 6 of us in the room at a given time because it's our whole room. And we had girls that lived across the hall from us who we were really good friends with. And so there were many, many days we'd be sitting there doing this, and we'd get to like the $250,000 question, $500,000 question, fucking run out of lifelines, and we'd lose, and screaming, yelling, like all this stuff. We must have played every day for a month, and we finally won. I couldn't even tell you what the question was. Like, to this day, I remember the answer was iodine. I still remember it all these years later.
Yeah.
We went nuts to the point that the girls came across the hall at about 1 o'clock in the morning, and they're like, "Are you guys okay?" I'm like, "We just won. We were so excited. They thought we legitimately won $1 million.
No, you just won love of the game, you know?
No, it's all about pride, baby. It's all about, they were like, "You guys are a disaster." And they just like, all of them just walked out. I was like,
yeah.
"Yep, all right." I'm like, "We all still going out to the bar Friday night?" Like, "Yep, see you Friday night." Like, "All right." Yeah, they were, I think for a minute, they were like, "Wait a minute. These guys are millionaires. Like, now they're good looking."
Yeah, right.
I was like, no. I still have like $80. And they're like, "All right."
Yeah.
80 is probably aggressive. It's probably like 8. Depends when the paycheck came in.
That's true. That did matter. I will say only other game to watch this week is probably Broncos and
Texans.
That's the only other game. It's at noon too, so I think that kind of works out. And I do think I was just looking at 506 Sports the other day. I think that game is in Kansas City, locally broadcasted. Obviously, you have Sunday ticket; it doesn't matter. But I think 506 Sports has that one in Kansas City. Pull it up real quick right now. Indy Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, I actually think that is my upset of the week. I think Pittsburgh's gonna win that game.
Interesting.
Not because they should, because they're trash,
Right.
but because it's the classic Mike Tomlin. I will do anything to win this game. Kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Everything in the world. They're at home. The Ravens just won. They're like, "Oh my God, we have to win this game."
Yep.
And like the Colts, listen, honestly, it's nothing against the Colts. It's just, they're human. Like, they're due to just have a game where they're like, "Yeah, all right." They
Yep.
flew. So it's kind of more of like a call on the shot thing.
Right.
But by the way, the Denver game,
Minnesota and Houston is what's in Kansas City. Or, sorry, Minnesota, Detroit.
which is just, why?
Are you looking at the map right now, by the way?
I am.
What the fuck? Why is that map the way it is?
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, Oklahoma's getting Minnesota, Detroit, but not Denver, Houston.
Is there anyone who went to Oklahoma and Minnesota and Detroit? Who's starting for Minnesota? Is JJ McCarthy starting for them?
Yeah,
Okay. They're finally going to take the training wheels off. And then Detroit, I mean, they don't really have they don't have any Sooners there. It was like, that's the only way, the reason I could think that maybe they had a bunch of
I don't know, man. I don't get that. That is a weird map. I love it. CBS. CBS is just like, yeah, everybody gets the Chiefs.
Yeah, right. That's the only, yeah, we don't want the others. Yeah.
Okay. CBS. One thing I hate, by the way, and we got to go because it's all 4 o'clock tomorrow. But I cannot stand when NFC games are on CBS and vice versa.
Dude, I 100% agree. It's so annoying.
Fucking Niners and Giants on CBS. Stop.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just keep it. I know the old heads out there are going to be like, well, I remember when the NFC was on CBS. Yes, that's fine. And you also saw the Hindenburg. And that's all. I don't stop doing it. It drives me insane. We need order in this world. And the Giants and the Niners being on CBS and Fox having the Texans and the Broncos is ridiculous.
Right.
Why the hell is that a thing? Why is that happening?
I was taken aback when I saw Broncos and Texans on Fox. I was like, oh, that doesn't feel right. That didn't feel right to me. Also, we investigated this a little bit on the stream, and if people watch my stream, if you don't have anything to do on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from noon to 1, watch out because I go over these ball maps is what I call them, right? There's something going on in Twin Falls, Idaho. I'm not really sure what's going on there. If you look at both of those maps in Twin Falls, Idaho, they got something going on there. And it's different from the rest of Idaho. I don't know what's going on there, but there's something suspicious going on there, and I'm going to figure it out.
Good luck, man.
That's where Evil Knievel did a jump. Evil Knievel did a jump there. Didn't land it, but
Wow. Okay. I was unaware of Evil Knievel doing jump in Idaho. Idaho. I'll never go to Idaho.
I might go if I get paid to go, I guess.
I'd have to get paid a lot.
I would go to Moscow, Idaho, to the Kibbe Dome to watch a game, but I would just go also to be like, yeah, I'm going to Moscow. And then people be like, whoa, you're going to Russia? No, Idaho.
You get somebody on Twitter just screaming at you that you're a communist.
Yeah. That's a Tuesday. That's going to do it for that football show here on KC Sports. I appreciate everybody watching all the way to the end of the podcast, listening all the way into the podcast. We appreciate that. I forgot last week I said I was going to leave look at 5-star ratings and reviews. Live look right now at the Apple Podcasts. If you listen to this on Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star rating and I will read it. Thank you, everybody, to watching the show. We do appreciate all the kind comments as well. The kind comments are very kind.
They're overwhelming.
It is overwhelming with the amount of kind comments that we are getting. That's not. Oh, nope, no new ones. Oh no, here we go. This channel has a lot of this is from 5 months ago. I want to read this one because it's funny to me. This channel has lots of really good podcasts. They're always very timely and informative, and the hosts are knowledgeable. Thank you. Don't speak so quick, Tucker. My only complaint is the producer guy who can't stop fitting ads in. You got to listen to 3 minutes of ads before the podcast starts, and then he shouts out other sponsors for the first 5 minutes. And usually towards the end, he will shove a mid-roll ad. Almost always in the middle of someone's sentence. That ad then goes on for 3 minutes. And I can't, by the time the show comes back, you can't even remember what they're talking about. That review was titled Tucker. Thanks, guys. From 5 months ago.
That's all we've got.
That is it. That's going to do it between, for Matt, for myself. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. It is almost 1 a.m. when we're recording this podcast. It is not 1 a.m. when you're listening to it. Maybe it is. I don't know. But we will talk to you guys after Chiefs Bills. We'll talk to you guys after that, after a good weekend of football. So we'll see you on Monday. Bye.